Here we are underneath the driver's fender of a Cobra, and we are looking at how we install the exhaust system up on these. You can see, looking at this side, that the 3 out of 4 of the header tubes are installed. I will point out that they are all loose so that they can align easily with each other, so we can install the side pipe over it. A couple of things to notice is that they must be in just the right order to get clearance over the steering shaft, and they also need that heat shield installed over the master cylinders so that the header heat does not cook your master cylinder hydraulics. Let's take a peek at the other side of the car. Got the TIG welder, the MIG welder there to get some tacks in place. So you can see we have the side pipe set up on here. We've got it adjusted to height. We've got it adjusted to body gap. How we're getting that exhaust system on, here's the trick. We put one of our headers on, and we have to have it very loose on the top on this side, because this side of the exhaust system has a double bend in it. When we put that one header tube on, keep it loose at the top, we can slip the side pipe over it. We can measure the length of the body gap. We can deduct the amount we want from the length of the pipe, and we can cut that off, and then we can try it back up on the car again and make sure we've got the gap now, or the length now that we're looking for. And I like to see, somewhere around an inch gap here between the body and the side pipes. And you obviously want them running pretty parallel with the body, and you want them running pretty parallel with the frame of the car. So you can see we're pretty well set up on the side pipes there. We get the first pipe set up. Having got the first pipe set up, we can put our bolt tabs or our slip joint tabs onto the exhaust. We can tack them in place. We can take it off, which is a matter of, it's pretty easy with just one tube connected. And then we can weld up the tacks we've made. They come with the tailpipe disconnected. We don't put the tailpipe on the side pipes because that just causes damage on these things in shipping. It's such a fragile little point on the exhaust. These are not shipped on our exhausts. So having got the side pipe set up on the car, at that point we line this up with the back of the bodywork there, and you can see I have a subtle turn down angle on that, and that angle's got to be fairly specific, because if it's pointing down too much, it sends the sound back up to us, and if it is pointing out too much, it sends the sound back to us off anything we're going by or anything we're beside. So we set that to length. We align it for the angle. We mark it. We tack it. Then we take it away and we TIG weld it. And it's something like what they should look like once they've been TIG welded up. You can MIG weld them, of course, but they look pretty rough if you do it like that. This is actually set up at the point right now where it is ready for the underneath bracket to be tacked in place. We are pretty well set up on our body gap, and right now we are getting ready to tack together the attaching tabs for the second one of the 2 top ones that we do. You can see these are done on the 2 top, so that worst case, if the side pipe gets bottomed out and hit on the ground, it can kind of hinge up on those, and it is also hanging off those, and it's using gravity and the weight of the side pipes to hold it on. The gap on the headers to the side pipes, you can see it's pretty close here. We're going to have to open that up some to get the clearance we need so that it doesn't scald the paint off the side. It's actually a little high on this side too, so the gap here is smaller. The gap there is larger, That's good on the passenger side because that's going to go down on that side. It's conversely going to go up on the driver's side. So there's a quick look at installing an exhaust system up on the car. This one's been painted silver on the header tubes, and it's getting painted black on the side pipes. I like VHT paint on them. It's fairly easy to apply. If you follow the instructions carefully on heat cycling it, it lasts for a long time, and it's pretty easy to touch up in place even on the car with the sandblasting off the back of the front tires. It's fairly easy to touch up, and again, follow their heat cycle instructions and you'll get a good long life out of the VHT paint. The ceramic coating I find is good for temperature but very soft and not very durable. So there's a setup procedure. I'll give you some of the tips and tricks that I use setting up an exhaust side pipe system on one of these Cobras. Keep it up, people. Ask any questions that you have.